Audi has officially announced the hiring of former Ferrari team principal Mattia Binotto as Chief Operating and Chief Technical Officer of Sauber Motorsport AG. To everyone's surprise, Andreas Seidl, CEO of Sauber Group and the Formula One program of the Four Ring Company, and Oliver Hoffmann, responsible for the motorsport project, have been relieved of their respective duties. This comes as a shock, considering the progress reported by the German manufacturer regarding their plans for the motorsport series. According to the official announcement, the development of the turbo hybrid unit was proceeding at a fast pace and in line with the planned schedule. The Formula Racing division, based in Neuburg, had successfully completed the bench simulation phase of the new power units designed and built in Germany. In this context, Adam Baker, CEO of AFR and technical director Stefan Dreyer, had recently provided important details on the state-of-the-art of the program for the highest category of motorsport. The chief executive officer of Audi Formula Racing had revealed with some satisfaction that the new German power unit had covered several simulations on the 22 test benches inside the factory. In short, there didn't seem to be any prerequisites for what actually takes on the appearance of a real revolution, with just over a year and a half remaining until the track debut. The increasingly frequent presence of Mattia Binotto on race weekends demonstrated the former Ferrari man's desire to return to the Formula One paddock. In 1995, Mattia Binotto joined Scuderia Ferrari in the engine department. He was part of the team during the successful early 2000s. In 2013, he became head of the engine department, before becoming chief technical officer of Ferrari in July 2016, replacing James Allison. During the Italian manager's 2 years as chief technical officer, Ferrari once more competed for regular race wins. In 2019, he was promoted to team principal, replacing Maurizio Arrivabene. In recent weeks, his name had been linked to Alpine, an F1 team undergoing a reorganization phase. For the former Ferrari team principal, this is the most ambitious challenge of his career, as he gradually rose through the ranks at the Maranello team to reach the helm before leaving the Italian side at the end of the 2022 Formula One Championship, a season that started perfectly for Ferrari, with Charles Leclerc able to secure 2 dominant race victories in the first 3 rounds of the year, the Bahrain Grand Prix and the Australian Grand Prix, and an F175 single-seater that started the season with an impressive pace. However, power unit reliability problems and a series of questionable strategy decisions made by the Maranello pit wall led to several opportunities being lost in the first part of the season, before Red Bull gradually outdeveloped Ferrari and clearly had the fastest car in the second part of the year, going on to easily win both the drivers' and the constructors' championships. The next mission awaiting the lanky Italian manager on paper is clearly the most challenging, as Audi is debuting in the top category, and if he has only now been given these responsibilities, it means that the Formula One program is not progressing as smoothly as the German management claimed weeks ago. Additionally, it should be noted that in Hinwil last winter, they produced the worst technical project on the starting grid, a worrying decline for a team accustomed to occupying higher positions in the standings. Regarding Ferrari and Mattia Binotto, the wound is still open. Too little time has passed for it to heal. We are talking about the resignation of the former team principal at the end of 2022. This was essentially a true dismissal for what we could call just cause, a concept usually found within the field of employment law that typically refers to whether an employer had a good reason or just cause to terminate an employee. The decline of Ferrari in what was supposed to be the season of redemption and the irreparable rift in the relationship with Charles Leclerc, in fact, marked the end of a professional collaboration that lasted over 30 years. This means that Mattia Binotto knows the ins and outs of many men and women working in Maranello. The possibility that loyal former collaborators of the Italian manager might help the former Ferrari engineer rebuild their partnership under Audi's banner is a realistic hypothesis. For this reason, there has been talk in recent days of a concerted effort to lure Enrico Gualtieri away from Ferrari, the head of the power unit area and father of the 06613 turbo hybrid power unit. The prancing horse has just processed the departure of Italian aerodynamicist Enrico Cardile, who was in charge of the aerodynamics department and worked as the vehicle project manager. A potential departure of such an experienced power unit engineer such as Enrico Gualtieri would undoubtedly be very problematic, especially considering the preparations for the 2026 F1 rules and regulations. Therefore, it is likely that one of the main missions of Audi's new head is to strengthen the currently weaker areas of the two structures commanded by the German giant. We are talking about Hinwil in Switzerland and Neuburg, the facility where the next-generation power unit is being developed. The risk of significant insourcing of prominent professionals from the historic Maranello team is far from remote. Nonetheless, at least for now, according to our information, Enrico Gualtieri has responded with a firm no. In statements made on the eve of the Hungarian Grand Prix, last Thursday to be precise, Ferrari team principal Frédéric Vasseur said that in September, 2 high-profile reinforcements would be officially announced, both with surnames consisting of 5 letters. Noting that Andreas Seidl fits the description provided by the Ferrari team principal, the potential arrival of the German manager would place him in a significantly less relevant position than the role he held at Audi until now, when he will leave the team built from January 2023. Enrico Cardile's departure from Ferrari was confirmed following the British Grand Prix after months of speculation and leaves a void in the Italian outfit's leadership structure. It is anticipated that ex-Mercedes performance director Loic Serra, who will join the Scuderia in October as head of chassis performance engineering, could fill the vacant slot left in the team by Italian aerodynamicist Enrico Cardile. In the interim, Frédéric Vasseur has taken over Enrico Cardile's responsibilities at Maranello for now. The French manager mentioned in Hungary last weekend that a new organization structure will indeed be announced after the summer break. He downplayed the impact of the changes, stating that the Maranello team consists of more than 200 people working on one project and 300 on another, emphasizing that it is not dependent on a single individual. Frédéric Vasseur reiterated his long-held philosophy, emphasizing the value of teamwork over individual contributions. The former Alfa Romeo boss stressed that individuals are less important than the group, both when recruiting new members and when losing someone from the team. Enrico Cardile's departure coincides with a recent slump in Ferrari's performance. Notably, the Maranello team has been grappling with a persistent bouncing issue introduced by a floor update at last month's Spanish Grand Prix at the Circuit de Catalunya. The drop has come at a crucial time as the gap between Formula One's top contenders continues to narrow. Ferrari has been surpassed by McLaren and Mercedes since the Barcelona race, while Red Bull is struggling to protect its position at the head of the field. Despite this setback, the Ferrari team principal remains confident in the team's core strength and foundation. He highlighted how the team worked together during challenging times, noting that in the past 12 months they managed to close 2/3 of the gap with the winner. Frédéric Vasseur attributed this progress to the efforts at the factory, expressing his strong trust in the team. He acknowledged that while he is not satisfied with the current results, being 20 seconds behind the leader is an improvement compared to the previous year when they finished 65 seconds behind in the Hungarian Grand Prix.